Yo, what's happening, people? Welcome back to the podcast again. Fenerbache won, Manchester United won. Um, Apologies first and foremost for not being consistent lately. I've just had a lot going on lately. You know, just personal stuff going on. I've just been loaded with workload, so I've just not been as consistent. I've not been able to produce as much content. But I promise you guys that over time, slowly, as the year goes on, I will get better at that. I will get better at balancing the YouTube life and my work life and personal life. So apologies again. But that being said, going into the game, look, these kind of games, I want to come here and say it's the same old story. It is the same old story. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not mad. I'm not mad at the performance or the result. Shall we say? Now, now people might come and say to me, "Oh, you're crazy. What's going on? How aren't you mad? You know, you should be expecting a certain standard." And that is right. I should be expecting a certain standard. But at the same time, I think I've just come to terms with the level that this team is at. I've come to terms with how bad we are, how bad we really are. So seeing these kind of performances, seeing these kind of results, they don't surprise me anymore because I don't expect much before the game even starts, you know. So going into the game, the lineup was not a bad lineup. On paper, you know, Ericsson and Ugarte in the middle of the park, you're always gonna have your worries because Ericsson doesn't offer any form of athleticism or physicality. But having an Ugarte there who can do all the running for him kind of does help. Mazraoui in the number 10 was a bit of a strange decision, shall we say. Very, very strange. I don't understand what the game plan was having Mazraoui in the 10, what the game plan was, what the idea was. Mazraoui, per se, he's not even an attacking left back. So having him as your number 10, as your man to create the chances, I just don't understand the logic. But look, that's been me with ever since he's been manager, ever since Ten Hag's been manager. I've just not understood a lot of the changes that he's made, a lot of the things he's done. So look, this is nothing new anyways. But in game anyways, Ericsson, good goal, very good finish, a very good play, shall I say, leading up to the goal. Um, we did have a few chances here and there. Rashford missed just scraped off the goals. We had a few chances here and there. I wouldn't say clear cut chances, but we did have a few chances. On the flip side as well, Fenerbahce did have a few chances as well. You know, big ups to Onana for the double save. What a double save! What a, that is probably one of the best double saves I've seen in a while. You know, so a very good double save held us, kept us in the game. Fenerbahce had their own fair chances, and speaking of Fenerbahce as well, I'm gonna put my hands up, but I underestimated how good of a team they actually have. You know, I underestimated how good of a team they have when I saw their starting 11, and I saw players like Tadic and Nasiri, you know, Fred, Amrabat, Soyuncu, all these kind of players, Livakovic. These are seasoned pros. These are pro players that we've seen here and there, you know, in and about in Europe, in and about in the big game. So their team, their 11 on paper is not as bad as I thought. So it was always going to be a difficult game, not just playing against Fenerbahce, but just the fact being in that stadium with that atmosphere, dealing with that atmosphere, dealing with the Turkish crowd. They're probably one of the most hostile crowds out in Europe. So it was always going to be a difficult game. I wasn't expecting us to bop them off the park. These kind of games against these kind of teams, like your Fenerbahce's with the hostile crowd, they're always going to make it difficult for you. They have the extra man, the 12th man. They're going to make it difficult for you. They're going to make you fight, sweat for that victory. So I was not expecting us to bop them off the park. But like I said, the performance, it was expected. I was not expecting a masterclass. Like, yes, we played all right against Brentford, but I was not expecting a masterclass today. The performance that I saw today is what I was expecting. We had a couple of chances, like I said, but this kind of game, I think, yeah, 1-1 is a fair result. I don't think either manager will sit down tonight and think to themselves, that they deserve to win will sit down and think to themselves that they got hard done. But I don't think Jose will feel like he got hard done by or Ten Hag. I feel like 1-1 is a fair result. The game had 1-1 written all over it even before it started. So the result is not a surprise to me. The performance was not a surprise to me. It's just the same old story, the same old shit. Like, I'm not even gonna rant because like this is nothing new to me. This was what I expected, you know. So look, all I'm just gonna say is just that like we haven't lost in the Europe League yet. We haven't lost in Europe this season. So that's a slight positive, but we haven't won as well. So you can look at it whichever way you want to. 3 games, 3 draws. So you look at it whichever way you want to. You look at the game against Twente. We had the lead, we lost the lead. If you look at the game against Porto, we had the lead 2-0 up, we lost the lead, we went 3-2 down, scored in the last minute, Maguire. And you look at this game, we had the lead, lost the lead again. So we're very bad. We're very bad at holding out games. We're very bad at holding out leads. And in Europe, that is vital. That's what separates teams from getting to the knockout stages, to the business end of competitions, and teams that actually win it. This is the difference. It's fine margins out here in Europe. So if you're not able to hold out games, you're not gonna go too far. But honestly, like I feel like we have a decent chance. We have a good chance of making something in this season in Europe. Obviously I don't trust the manager, but I feel like in Europe we have enough of a good enough team to make a statement. I feel like we should be able to make a statement. We look at the teams that we have: Spurs, Porto, Twente, AZ Alkmaar. I wouldn't sit down and say that any of these teams are better than us on paper. So we should be giving this tournament a crack. We should be there or thereabouts in the business stages of this tournament. But with this manager, you just never know. So you just have to take it game by game with this manager. But no, like I said, 3 games, 3 draws, no wins, no losses. So it's not shit, but it's not great either. It's one of those ones. It's just the story of Ten Hag's time at this club, But it's not good enough though. Nonetheless, we didn't lose, but it's just not good enough. It's just not good enough. How many more games are we gonna go off this shit performances, shit results? So look, playing against Fenerbahce, like I said, in Turkey, in a hostile environment, playing against Jose, you know what you're going to get. Low block, you're going to get solid defending, you're going to get pragmatic defending, pragmatic tactics. So you know what you're going to get. Jose is comfortable with just sitting behind the ball, just letting the other team play. So, and that's what we were doing. We had the ball, but we had no end product. We didn't look productive at all. And that's my biggest worry. Whether it's Hoyland up front, whether it's Xerxes up front, Rashford, Garnacho, Ahmad, we just look clueless. It's like Ten Hag just puts out the front three, a random front three, and he just expects them to just gel. He just expects them to just bop. And it don't work like that. We look clueless. We have no tactics, no pressing triggers. Players are just running around, running about, just anyhow. There's no triggers. There's no idea. There's no philosophy. It's just freestyle. It's just, boys, go out there, let them know you're there. Go do your thing. Like, in this day and age, that doesn't work. You get found out, and we've got found out too many times. But like I said, guys, this is not good enough. But I'm not gonna rant because, like, my expectations for this season have just gone this low. So, not a great performance, not a bad performance as well. In between, result, not a shit performance. These kind of games in Europe, you just have to take it. You just have to take it and then just move on. Hope you just move on to the next game. You can only play what's in front of you. So overall, like I said, not a bad result. But look, we look forward to improve against West Ham on Sunday for sure. If we're going to lose against West Ham after this performance, after this game, then then that's when it starts looking really, really, really long. But overall, like I said, based on this game only, not a great performance, not too mad, but the result is not a shit result as well. We still have so much time, we still have so much games to still, make it in the business conversations, in the business end of this tournament. But other than that, people, that's me anyways. Richie should have Chat About Chelsea video out tomorrow, I think. If not, I think Lawrence should have Arsenal and Liverpool match preview. So out tomorrow as well. Probably one of those anyways. But just keep up anyways. Just check out for any of those videos. But for me, that's me anyways. I will see you guys on Sunday for the match reaction of the West.